Hi, welcome to the MasterCraft How-To series. In this episode, we're going to show you how easy it is to install a set of MasterCraft Sportsman seats into this Polaris RZR. So if you're ready, let's get started. First thing we want to do is go ahead and remove the factory seats. To do that, there's a lever on the back here that you lift up, pull back, and easily remove. Just so you can see, here's the lever that we're taking off. So with the T27 Torx bit, we're going to remove these 4 bolts off the stock factory mount. All right, now that you've got the 4 bolts off, the stock factory base is going to be reused with the MasterCraft brackets, and then we'll put the MasterCraft seats on there. We won't need the factory bolts, the ones we just took off with the Torx bit. MasterCraft has provided hardware to replace all that. Okay, so what we have here is we have the stock factory mount, and then we have the custom mount from MasterCraft that is specifically for this Polaris RZR. I've taken the 6 nuts off. Let me show you how easy this is to put on. Fits right on. We're going to turn this over, and then I'll install the 6 nuts with washers using a 1/2-inch wrench. All right, let's just make sure these are nice and snug. All right, so now that we have the mount all put together, we're going to use the MasterCraft supplied hardware, the 4 bolts, 4 nuts, and 8 washers, and put the mount onto the seat. There's a couple different seat configurations where you can have the seat a little bit farther forward if you need it, or a little bit farther back if you need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the bolt through the back side, put it through the mount, and go ahead and, all right, let's just make sure that those are good and snug. Now we've got the bracket bolted onto the MasterCraft Sportsman seat. If I did forget to mention, the MasterCraft hardware kit does come with 1/2-inch nuts and bolts. So a simple 1/2-inch end wrench and 1/2-inch socket will do the trick to tighten everything up. And now that we've got everything ready, we're going to go ahead and stick it in the RZR. So reinstalling the MasterCraft Sportsman seat is as simple as removing the stock seat, which is making sure that front bracket fits into its hole and snapping it down. It's ready to go. Just take a look at the difference between the MasterCraft Sportsman seat and the stock seat here. Now we remain within inside the stock rails here, so there's no modification there. And the difference you get from the lateral support, the hip support, the suspension cushion is incredible. I mean, if you've taken your RZR out at all and beaten it on the whoops and so forth and on the jumps, when you go to these MasterCraft seats, you will see an incredible difference. And not to mention, we can reuse the stock seat belts without a problem. Or what we're going to do on the Series 2 of this episode is show you how easy it is to snap in a set of 4-point MasterCraft harnesses. We're going to go ahead and swap out the passenger seat now, so then we can give you an overall view of what your RZR is going to look like once you've put in your 2 Sportsman seats. So we went ahead off air and finished up the passenger seat. We're going to give you a little virtual tour when I'm done to just let you see what your RZR is going to look like after you've swapped in the Sportsman seats. So stick around with us for episode 2 of the How-To series on the RZR. We're going to show you how to put in a set of 3-inch harnesses. Thanks for tuning in.